Let's talk about the integration with QuickBooks Online. Now, if you're using QuickBooks Online, enabling the integration makes your data entry more accurate and, quite honestly, a lot faster. And so we've got the ability here. Again, you're already looking at your profit and loss statement, pulling data off of there to enter it into planning for profit. If we tie those two together, right, again, it simplifies that process. Now, I do want to clarify this integration is for QuickBooks Online. If you're using QuickBooks Desktop, integrations there are not so simple. And so at this point, it does not support the desktop version, only the QuickBooks Online version. Now, to enable your integration with QuickBooks itself, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go over into after you've created your model, right? So you have to have at least set up your model, even if you haven't entered any expenses. You have to have gone through the new company setup wizard over in setup. Once that's done, then we're going to come to this point here and we're going to click on the icon, your little avatar up here in the corner, and we're going to choose settings. When I go into the settings for your account, one of the options that we've got available is QuickBooks. And so from in here, I can now choose QuickBooks. And what it's going to do is it's going to show my company. And the reason why it's done here is because if you have multiple companies set up in your software, the software allows you to use it for as many companies as you would like. If you have multiple companies set up, well, then at that point, it enables, you have to attach each one individually, and so they'll all be listed here, right? So in this particular case, I'm connecting Joe's Comfort Cooling here, and I'm going to tie it into my QuickBooks account. So over here on the right, you can see the red Connect button. Once I click on that, it's going to, at that point, go out to QuickBooks, and I need to log into my QuickBooks account because we're now basically giving the software permission to talk to your QuickBooks account. So you're going to choose your particular account. In my case, I'm just going to switch over because I'm using a developer account. So I'm going to log into that particular developer account and give it access at that point in time. Right? And so again, mine looks just a little bit different. So now when I go back, I'm going to log in itself, and we're going to see what happens here, right? And there we go, right? It's told me that we're now connected. We have success. The QuickBooks company is currently connected. Now, a couple of different things that I want to point out. Number one, you notice once we're connected, that green connect or that yet red connect button has now turned green, and it gives me the ability to disconnect it if I want to. So at any point, you can always go back and disconnect your company QuickBooks account from the Planning for Profit software. So at this point, we're ready to go. Now, what does that do for us? Well, certainly if you've gone through any of the other tutorials or when you get to them, you will see a couple of changes that are there. So first off, when I'm entering my cost input, we go into the fixed expense area. Now, when I add a new account or add a new fixed expense, one of the things that happens is if you notice that field description item, right, has now changed to a drop down. And so first off, if I choose that, it's going to now show me my chart of accounts for, quite frankly, right out of my QuickBooks Online account. If you're using general ledger account numbers, the GL number will show up first, followed by the actual description for that particular item. And so all I need to do is literally select that particular item. And when I choose it, it's going to automatically pull the last 12 months worth of data and put it in the appropriate month right here in your expense item, right? So I happen to pick fuel here, right? But so I can see how much I spent each individual month for the last 12 months. If you're doing this in the month of April, well, it's going to take the last 12 months from today. If you're doing this thing in October, it's going to take the last 12 months from October. So it's literally the 12 most recent months of data that it's going to be pulling in. The other nice part about this is the expense side of it is real time. And so as you go through your months and as you keep basically putting in expenses over on QuickBooks, we will at that point, you have the opportunity to come back here and literally just reselect this fuel account. It will update your numbers at that point in time to make sure that you're always keeping your model current. So that's really it. It applies to your fixed overhead. It applies to your variable overhead. And eventually will apply to pushing your cash flow report over to the budget side of your software as well. So connection is that simple. If you have any questions integrating your QuickBooks Online account with the Planning for Profit software, give us a call here at Grandy & Associates. We'd love to help you out.